Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Gary Edward Chong here again. Over the past few days, I've been sharing some reflections about work, identity, health, and even retirement. And it's no coincidence that some of the news or some of the issues that we heard is actually coming in these few days. Okay, not as a theory, but from conversations I've overheard or even encountered with friends and all that, okay? And even stories I've seen online or even on newspaper, and the seasons that I personally walked through. Now, if you've been following since Sunday, you notice there's a pattern. So, one of the story that stayed with me was a friend, was actually a client who lost his job. And what really broke him wasn't money, but the feeling of the worthlessness, the feeling of helplessness. That's not rare. Many people tie their identity to productivity. It's very common. So when work slows or even stops or changes, confidence, health, and relationships often first take the hit. That's why I usually started talking about health differently. Not just physical health, but mental and emotional capacity. I call this momentum. Health isn't built when something breaks, it's built quietly through consistency. For example, sleep, movement, nutrition, and meaning. And when momentum is lost for far too long, the cost shows up later in the form of disease, depression, burnout, worst case, death. So, then this morning I shared something that hits closer to home: retirement. You see, this newspaper article today, this morning, if you all are looking or it's for yesterday, okay, if you saw this newspaper article, okay, it actually says it from New Straits Times. It says we now need about 1.3 to 1.5 million to retire comfortably. I repeat, we were told now we need 1.3 million to 1.5 million to retire comfortably. But retirement is not just a financial event. It's a health event, an identity event, and even a meaning event. I've seen people retire with money, but without structure, purpose, or peace. That's why I use something known as the freedom formula. It asks one uncomfortable question: am I building towards freedom, or am I just delaying future firefighting? That's right. Okay, I want to share this question with you, which I always use from the freedom formula to dictate my moves. Am I building towards freedom, or am I just delaying the future firefighting? Because freedom isn't just stopping for work. Okay, freedom is not just stopping work. It's having capacity financially, physically, mentally to live well after work. So, tomorrow night, I'm hosting a Reason from Ashes preview. Not a seminar, not even a sales pitch. No hype, no bluff. Just an honest conversation about money, health, identity, and life after work. If these few days have made you pause, this is where we connect the dots. Details are in the caption or below. I would love to see you there. Have a great day. Thank you very much. This is Gary Everchong once again. Thank you. Bye.